ॐ वंशी विभूषितकरान्नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखादरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। ॐ श्रीकृष्णाय नमः. Welcome to the Friday scripture class, and today it is being live streamed from state of Connecticut in the U.S. A beautiful state it is, all green, all wonderful, and it has become more beautiful by the people that they live here, the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, the followers of Vedanta. They are all here. I came very quickly, just 15 minutes before, and as soon as I came, there was everything ready for me. I had a cup of tea. After a long drive, we could come here about 6-7 hours of drive. And we had a cup of tea and some American samosa, they said. It was all tasty, all loving, so much. And one set of people arranged this laptop to live stream this. Another set took care of myself. And we are all set for the Friday scripture class. And as you all know, that scripture class today is Uddhava Gita. We know about the Bhagavad Gita, which is the song of God. So Bhagavad means song, and Uddhava Gita is not the song of Uddhava. Bhagavad Gita is the song of Bhagavan. But Uddhava Gita is not the song of Uddhava. But Uddhava Gita is the conversation of the Lord Krishna with Uddhava. When Lord Krishna was going to conclude his life on this world, this earthly life, and was returning back to the heavenly abode of Vaikuntha, then Uddhava, the great devotee, ideal devotee of God, he said, when you are going, how can we live without you? So please take us also with you. That means may we also give up our body. And then Sri Krishna said, why you have to worry for that? Live a life like a bhakta. So you will not miss me. I will be ever there in your hearts. How to lead the life of a bhakta? That Sri Krishna says. In that story, we came through the conversation that Sri Krishna is telling to Uddhava. Conversation between a Brahmana or Avadhuta with his ancestor Yadu. Yadu and Uddhava Samvada. So Yadu and the Brahmana or Avadhuta Samvada, he is relating, Krishna is relating that to Uddhava to make him aware of the spiritual qualities, how it can be attained. Those of you who have read the gospel, they know that how Sri Ramakrishna says about the Avadhuta having 24 gurus. There is a book called Avadhuta Gita. But in Avadhuta Samhita or Avadhuta Gita, there is no story of 24 gurus. There is the Avadhuta story of very strict Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. But 24 gurus description comes in the Uddhava Gita. Who are 24 gurus? And from those gurus, what Avadhuta learned. This is perhaps different Avadhuta than the Avadhuta of the Avadhuta Gita. So what he learned, he is relating one after another. He says in two verses what were those 24 teachers from whom he learned. It's not that they taught him, but from whom he observed and learned spiritual messages from this guru, 24 gurus. What are the 24 gurus? Prithvi, Vayu, Rakasham, Apo, Agnis, Chandrama, Ravi. One of the guru is Prithvi, this very earth is the guru. And Vayu, air is the guru. Akasham, the space, the sky is the guru. Apo, water is guru. And Agni, fire is guru. Chandrama, the moon is guru. Ravi, sun is guru. Kapoto, Jagara, Sindhu, Patango, Madhukrit, Gaja. The pigeon, python, ocean, the fly, and and the honeybee and elephant, all these, from all these different kinds of insects and animals and different heavenly bodies, he all gathers spiritual knowledge, how a seeker of truth should live in this world. and always be connected with his own spirit, or connected with God. That's how it should do. We all have studied about those gurus, what he learned from those teachers. And there are still Madhuha Harino Meena Pingala Kurarorбhaka Kumari Sharakrit Sarpa Urnanavi Supeshakrit. So Madhuha, one who takes away the madhu, the one who ha means who steals the madhu, the honey gatherer, the human being. And Harina, from deer, what he learns from deer is deer is a slave to music, to sound. So, in fact, when those who catch deer, they play some flute or something, and the deer listens to that, another shoots them, because they, whenever they listen to some sweet sound, they forget everything because they're attached to the sound. So, like that, Harino, then Meena, today we'll start. What did Avadhuta, or this Brahmana, learn from fish as a spiritual quality? So this is also often described that what he learned. We know how these fish are caught. The fish are caught with the angle, and a bait is put in the small hook, and the angler puts that into the water. Attracted by the bait, it comes and wants to eat that food in the form of bait, and in that process, it engulfs even the hook, and then the angler then pulls that is because it's connected with a thread, and he then let the fish move and get tired, and then finally it catches and pulls the thread, and then the fish comes along with that. That's how fish is caught. So Avadhuta wants to say fish gets caught by its attraction to the taste of the food. That's what the bait is. So one has to be careful about food. That's what it says. In the world, so we all get attracted by different kinds of food. So that's how it is said that Ahara Shuddhau Satta Shuddhi Satta Shuddhau Dhruva Smriti is said in the Upanishad that when the food is pure, then the mind becomes pure. Sattva means mind. And when mind becomes pure, then memory becomes Dhruva Smriti. It becomes perfect memory. So our he said, one of the acharyas, Ramanujacharya, he said the food that we eat should be pure. It should not be contaminated. It should be prepared by the pure thinking person with clean clothes, and everything neat and cleanliness should be observed. And food should be not one that is not allowed to be eaten by spiritual aspirant, those who have dravya dosha, like which is by food quality itself, it is impure, like very strong smelling food like onion, garlic, etc. So like that, Ramanujacharya explained that food, when it is pure, then mind becomes pure. Shankara said, no, but here this food doesn't mean only what we eat with our mouth that should be pure. um, but what is meant by food, ahara, means whatever we take in through all our senses, like what we smell and what we see and what we listen through our ears. Those all becomes food. Whatever enters into our system, into mind, into body, through brought through the senses, it becomes food. So all different kinds of food should be pure, non-contaminated, then only your mind will be pure. So you take care of your intake, what you take, what you observe, what you watch, what you hear. So all those should be taken care of, not only what you eat. Of course, food should be, what type of food should be good, and promoting sattva. It is said in the Gita that ridya snigdha stira ridya ahara sattvika priya. So the food that is agreeable, that is juicy, fresh, and nourishing, that type of food should be eaten by the people who desire to be spiritual. It is said that way. So that's how it's the food, about the food. Now here let us see what Avadhuta or Brahmana has to say about the fish what he learned from the fish. Jivayati pramathinya jano rasa vimohita mrityu mritchati asad buddhim buddhi minastu badishair yatha. Badisha is that hook. It says the foolish man, infatuated with delicacies by an over greedy tongue, meets with death like the fish by means of the hook. Hook with the bait, that's what it means. So, a man who only goes after the test is a foolish man. We know from our living here that if we go only after the taste and eat indiscriminately the food that our tongue wants to have, like the ice cream or the fatty food or this starchy food, potato chips and your McDonald's fries, all those, if you like that, then it will add to your health. It will all become more calories will be gone to your body, more than that you can digest, you can use up, and that will be saved as the fat, and you become fatty, and your veins and arteries will be clogged with that thing, cholesterol, and you will have be overweight, that will tell upon your limbs, and also there will be problem for your breathing and heart and every system of the body, with improper food taken because of your greed about the food, will tell upon your health. That is about the physical health. We are all so careful to take. Nowadays, it's all organic food. You eat kale, you eat chia seeds, you eat like those things you eat, those who are healthy, rich in protein, like those things. But what about the food that tells upon our mind? Generally, the relationship between the mind and food is not much described. Health science says more about the body, and we are only about this thing. Don't eat much ice cream, cut down upon your carb. That we try to do, and we want to be healthy. But what about the food that our ears we get in through? That lot of criticism about others, lot of dislike, lot of talks about the politicians and politics. Those are all very improper and mind fattening food. There's body fattening food, there's a mind disturbing food. A lot of ears and something that disturbs you, go on brooding and listening. I remember when the COVID broke out, like 2 3 years ago, uh, people were listening about the COVID and its death, and all were very scared that it may cause death. And one news channel, COVID, this thing happened in New York, this thing happened, and so many people died, and there is no, you can't even cremate or you cannot even bury, that government will take care. How dangerous! What will happen if I have COVID? Another channel, the same story. Third channel, same story. Whole day only COVID's negative impact. You see, today we are living. Nothing has happened. Those unfortunately who died, they died, but not that all they died because of being exposed to because of very just they got exposed to COVID because they couldn't protect. But there have been many very valorous and death, like the warrior that defending our borders. When they die, whole nation glorifies them, that he sacrificed or she sacrificed his or her life to protect us. Because of them, they're keeping awake, they're fighting at the borders. We sleep, they keep awake, and we can sleep carelessly at night. So, like that, they say. In COVID time, also, there have been people who have really fought like the brave soldiers at the border. And I know the story of our own province, state, just our neighboring state of New Jersey. I don't know you have heard or not. I did that in Canada. That there was one family of four doctors, husband, wife, and their two daughters. Then, while working with the COVID patients, the husband got COVID. Now, who will take care of him? Others are not allowed. So, one daughter was there. She also had mild COVID. She started taking care of him, because nobody will approach. It was so scary in the beginning. What will be the impact of COVID? And unfortunately, that gentleman, he passed away, doctor. And also that his daughter who went there, she also got caught in the beginning, and she also passed away. So life was so worth living. What great work they did. And now mother and another daughter is living. Now such a great loss. Husband died, daughter died. Now the mother says to her another surviving daughter, so we have no time to mourn. So many people are there in the hospital. They need our attention. We have to go to serve them, to give them succor, to give them inspiration, to give them the sweet words of sympathy and hope. And those, they work tirelessly, though their one sister or daughter and husband or father had died because of COVID. So this is what is called bravery. And I'm so proud to tell you that these were people from Indian origin. So that was great. And even the governor of New Jersey, he said the words of condolence to the people surviving, and he praised the daughter and mother for their spirit of service. So, like that thing may happen. COVID created so much havoc, and we are so afraid. But this is the positive news. Sometimes negative news, we go on listening. We feed our system through negative news. So that we have to stop. Sometimes election happens. You like one party, you don't like another party. You like one candidate, you don't like another candidate. So you get bothered by the party or the candidate that you don't like, and you go on listening about that person. Oh, that person has a chance to win. I don't like that person. I hate that person. Why you have to get so much involved in politics when you are not there already? Whoever the people will like to choose, that will be chosen. So listen like a person, like a witness, and just look at the situation, what is happening. It may be, you may have the idea it will do good to you, it will do bad to the country, it will do bad good to the country. But after all, in a democracy, it's a majority, whatever they uh, choose, it happens that way, not by your willing and saying one person is bad, you can do anything. So listen to those things as a witness. Don't get bothered with what you get, negative news and brooding inside. That is what is not good ahara. That is bad ahara you are taking. So the ears, and whatever eyes seeing something that is not healthy, that is not pleasant, that is not good, only for pleasant means in the sense that you want to wish. Especially the serials in TV that we watch, how much time we spend. Not that all serials are not good. There have been many serials that are not only entertaining but also energizing, and also ennobling us with wonderful speeches about the spirituality, novel stories. All they are there. But there are many other soap, they call soap serials. So those are the things which just pollute our mind, and that becomes the ahara, like the contaminated ahara. We take very care organic food, it has to be well taking, eating food through our mouth, but we are not aware of what we are giving our eyes to bring to our mind. So like that, we have to be careful. That's what Avadhuta, they learned from Meena. Getting attracted by food, we get caught in that. We get caught in the vices. So one has to be careful about and be powerful to resist the attraction of the food. That is what he wants to say. If you are attracted by the food alone, taste is so strong attraction, they say that attraction of the taste is the strongest attraction of all senses. That is what it is said. We'll come to the next verse. So try to control your attraction towards the food. In diabetic patients generally, they are asked not to take any kind of sugar, but somehow this cells get deprived of sugar, or the habit of eating sweet before the diabetes, they got the diabetes developed in them was so much ingrained. So it's very difficult for some people to give up the sweet sweet meat or food that has the sugar content or carbohydrate content. And it's such a great attraction that whenever there is some taking care of person, daughter is there, or who says, Papa, you cannot eat sweet, it is bad for your health, I will not let you eat. I went to one family, a Bengali gentleman in Kingston, and he was a professor of engineering in the Queen's University, very famous. And his daughter had grown and had become a medical professional, and she used to live in Toronto. It's about 3 hours drive from Kingston, and she has it. I read that level. If you do not cut off on the sweets, I will not come to your house. So daughter was very loving to father. So whenever he saw that, he cannot touch the sweets that he liked so much. Like that, something we have to bring to cut the thing that are not good for us. One person told that when we have diabetes, it can be controlled very easily. Now, how can control diabetes? I like sweet. Just you have to do one exercise. Okay, I'm ready to do exercise to control diabetes. What exercise? Oh, it is very simple exercise. You have to just turn your head left and right, left and right. How many times? In the morning, in the evening? No, no, it's not in the morning and evening. It is when you sit for food, then you have to do sitting for the food while eating, and you have to do the exercise. Yes, and that will control my diabetes. Yes. So that was there, and he said that okay, let me try. Then it was a big community food eating, and then he had some got some little things, food, carb, rice, chapati, potatoes, and all those things. And then he remembered, oh, he sent me to do the exercise. So he was doing that way, eating, that way, eating. Then came repeat came, huh? Rice, rice, rice. Potato, potato. He's doing exercise. Potato, potato. No, no, he won't get. People will not give. Who are serving, he will not give. But there is serving. There is one verse. I don't know you have heard or not. Swami Bhutesanand used to say sometimes in our Indian hospitality, you have to feed the guest. Hmm? And some Swami Sridharanji used to say, mothers sometimes kill with their love of feeding. How they feed. They want to feed as much as possible, even to the children. You have to eat more rice. That is our manifestation of love. Show of love is eat more rice, more food. You have to be like little fatty and chubby. That should be like son, not the thinly and not sickly and thin, but little fatty than they like. So then our hospitality verse is ha ha dadyat hu dadyat nadadyat nadadyat no, that is last one. Ha ha dadyat hu dadyat dadyat cha hasta company shiras chalane cha dadyat nadadyat vyagra jhampane. It is that, so you are eating and the person comes, huh? This is do you want more rice or more this delicacy, nice taste, nice food I made. This is a potato kofta, this is potato aloo dum aloo. There are so many nice tasty food made of potatoes, and the guy already has diabetes, over diabetes genetic, and he loves potato. Then then he says, no, 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 I don't want. But the mother knows, the guest, the host knows the words, that. I said, put. And, put. That's a hasta company. Like that. Then also put, because the verse says that. Then when to stop? Then Siras Chalana. No, 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 I don't. Then also you give. Nadadyat Vyagra Jhampane. When you jump like a tiger over your plate of food, then only they stop. You won't put on your back. Like that is the verse. That is our Indian hospitality, how to feed people. So, like that is our connection with food. Everybody loves food. To feed, we like. To eat, we like. So, but what we are eating, that's what Sri Krishna said in the Gita. Yukta hara viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapna vabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. Madhuha, I said, who takes away madhu? Dukkha. Who takes away the dukkha? To whom? We have the moderation. Yukta ahara vihara. Moderation in eating. not excessive. You can eat. That's why they say if you want to control your weight, then moderation, in our modern language, portion. Don't eat the thing. Today when I came here, I was given a big American samosa with the potato and nice curry filled, and I was little hungry. We had long way in the road, and we didn't have any time. Also, it was very crowded today, the Friday, this traffic, and I saw a big samosa. It was not very oily. It seems it's American. I forgot that portion story. I ate up the whole thing. Still, I was being offered, Swami, another samosa. I said, no, no, no. Then the portion thing didn't happen. This yukta didn't happen. So, and now the class, I have to run that. So, here that yukta ahara vihara. Be moderate in recreation. Be moderate in sleeping. Be moderate in waking up. Everything in moderation done will be fit for removing your all suffering. Miseries will go if you do the things in moderation. Then yogo bhavati dukkha. That is the you become yogi. Yogis should live that way. Not that fasting. I fast totally. That is also not sign of yogi. Buddha tried that. He was taught that if you lead a very austere life, not eating the things, then you will realize God. You will attain highest. Buddha saw he had become only skin and bone. Nothing is there, no energy. Now he cannot even sit and think of the truth. He cannot meditate properly. They said, no, this is not the path. There's something middle path, he said. I should eat a little and sit for meditation with little energy. That's why he taught middle path. Before Buddha, Krishna had already taught that. I don't know how Buddha missed Gita. He read Upanishads, we know. But somehow Buddha, might be he had read, because Buddha didn't give reference to any Upanishad, any Vedas, any scripture of the Sanatana Dharma with whom he grew up, with which teachings he took up, and he gave in the common man's language in a different way, just the way he differed. But his teachings are full of Advaita Vedanta. He says, practice and you will find the truth. Knock and it shall be open unto you. That's what Buddha's teaching is. You practice yourself. सम्यक आजीविका, सम्यक ध्यानम, सम्यक सम्यक आहार, सम्यक walk. To speak what is wholesome, what is the right you should speak, right you should eat. Do your lifestyle in a moderate and decent lifestyle. That's how, if you do that, then you can have concentration, and you can be free from all the vasanas, desires. And for desires, he called tanha. This desire is the root cause of all suffering. He said there is suffering in the world, but the cause of suffering is nothing else other than tanha. And there is a way to get rid of tanha. The way is following eightfold path. Ashtanga Marga, which include all this wholesome, the right thing you need to do, right concentration, right meditation, right speech, right livelihood, like all the things that you want to practice. So Buddha also taught about Madhya Pantha. He said that in a musical instrument, if the wire is too tight, it will snap. If it is too loose, no music will come. So it should be moderately tightened. Similarly, our food habit, what the Gita said, clearly, yukta ahara viharasya, yukta chestasya. Your effort in work also should be moderate. Not that you put so much effort that you don't have time for your spiritual practice, you don't have time for your rest, and it will tell upon your body and mind. So it should be done in a moderate way, in a regular way. Then you become yogo bhavati dukkha. All suffering will go, because you'll be established in the yoga. So that's how controlling the food. That's what this Avadhuta learned from fish, because fish is greedy and attracted by the food. It gets caught in that attraction for the taste of the food. So human beings are also like that. These senses are all the sense objects are the food for our senses. For eyes, it is the sight is the sense food. For ears, the sound is the food. For eyes, for tongue, it is the taste is the food. So you should control that. Be not be caught to the food. Be independent, be free, and try to judge what should I take in and what should I not. So don't say that the ice cream. Sometimes what happens, in our community when you're there, suppose you've gone to some celebration. So I'm diabetic. I think I should not take the ice cream. Are, what are you saying? Ice cream, you come, you don't get this ice cream. It's a very, it is Baskin Robbins ice cream. You don't get always. So take little 1 spoon today. And but I'm diabetic. And no, doesn't matter. You walk like 15 minutes more today. You'll little bit. Oh, you say so? Oh, gone. Neither walk is done, calorie is taken, sugar is taken, gone. That is the time when we need to be free. You are not free. You are not independent. You are coerced easily by. It's not a fault of the person who said. It's your fault because knowing fully that is harmful for you because somebody said in that excuse you eat the food. So you should have control over yourself and and decide what you should do and what you should not do. That's why uh, now the about eating thing is portion. That is what is called yukta, in moderate. You want to eat something, sometimes there is craving for something. But a little portion. They give one big cup of ice cream. Take a half spoon, and that will satisfy. So like that is called the portion of the food. That should be enough. Oh, this is that should that whatever that half spoon tasted, whole bunch of that cup of the ice cream tastes similar thing, nothing more than that. Slowly it will taste less and less. So just be powerful enough to say no more, this much and no more. So like that you have that. So let's go to another verse about the Meena, what he learned from fish. इंद्रियाणि जयन्त्याशु निराहारा मनीषिण वर्जयित्वा तु रसनं तन्निरन्नस्य वर्धते. Great men who give up food easily control the sense organs, excepting the organ of taste, which becomes more troublesome to one who does not take food. So about the control of the senses. So this says when we do not eat lavishly, we can control many other senses. But to control the sense of food, eating food, the attraction of the taste, it is very difficult to, even for those, even if you keep fasting, it will come with double vigor. I kept fast yesterday and today I will eat more, indulge more than if I had eaten regularly without fasting. That happens. That's what he says. People who fast, they don't have other craving that may be controlled by fasting, but taste itself is difficult to control even by the fasting. It comes with double attraction, double wish to eat more food. So controlling food is very difficult. That's what it says. You can control all other things, controlling food and attraction for the taste. That's why they say our attitude towards food should be we have to live this life for the sake of some goal in life, not just to live. To celebrate the birthdays one after another. 70th birthday, now next year 71st birthday, after 10 years 80th birthday, then 90th, but just to celebrate the birthday we're go on living. What is the purpose of life? That so there should be a higher purpose of life. I want to mm, have the spiritual realization that I am the spirit, not the body. Like that thing, I'll progress in spiritual practice. If that purpose is there, life has worth living. And if we just want to increase the birthday, 70th birthday, Papa, happy birthday, how old you are you 6, are you 7, are you 50, are you 60, are you 70, 70. That is what next time after 10 years, are you 80? After that, 90. You cannot walk, always it is painful, that the knees don't work. 90, then one day all come, your grandchildren, great grandchildren come and grandpa, great grandpa, you are now 90. We are so happy as this, that, give me this. And you give gift to their grandchildren and they do one day clapping. You are already in the long term care and having lot of going to the, you are very busy person then. Busy not to go to office, not to do spiritual practice even, not to be busy to help someone, but busy getting the appointment to go to hospitals and doctors, specialists. Today kidney specialist, tomorrow liver specialist, like that everyday specialist, eye, teeth, everything is problem because you're 90 years old and then still So they will all say, world will all say, you have to do century, and you go on whatever the world says. Enough is enough. If I could go now, that's enough. I've lived enough. Why century? This is enough. But yes, century. What will happen if I? What will happen? They will say happy birthday to you. They say the song. The song they will say that day. If you are 100 years, maybe a few more balloons will be there. This great grandfather, maybe great grandfather, who knows, has become 100 or celebration, and they will feed you one cake, and that you cannot digest well. Like that thing will happen. There's no charm in having this long life without any purpose, just to live. So that is how our life should be, should have some purpose. Otherwise, life has no meaning. Just living longer has no meaning. So it says that that's why controlling food is very difficult, the taste of food. So should we not like the taste? Should we like the wall that doesn't know what the taste is? No. What is meant here? That we have to always say. So are these monks? They don't have any taste of the food. They treat that salty food and sweet, a nice ice cream and karela, that bitter gourd, with the same taste. So no, not is that way. They know the taste. Maybe they enjoy some taste also. They may have liking for some food, but they are not slave to one kind of food. If I don't get potato today, my life is ruined. They don't think that way. If I don't have this sweet, oh, I feel I have not eaten anything. Many people are there who are habituated with having sweet meat after food. And most of us. So after meal, we should have one sandesh. With Bengali, particular Bengali. Unless you have somehow you miss Sandesh, you have eaten lot of many nice delicacies. In Sandesh or in Pan is not there that day. Oh, something I miss. So you can provide that. So like that it happens. We have become slave to our food. Yeah, what is there in that? So we should not be slave to our tongue. Independent, free, deciding oneself. Doesn't matter if it is there, if it doesn't is not there, that doesn't matter. So this spirit of freedom, that should be practiced in every step of our life. That's what the Vedanta says. Be free and don't be a slave to anything, any person, any situation. Oh, I'm in Connecticut, that's so beautiful. If I have to go to some other country like Toronto, oh, there is no greenery like that, how will I live in that country? Why? Everywhere people are living. Anywhere you are there, that is the place made by God. So we people get adjusted with the situation. So like that it happens. That doesn't mean that those who have come from Toronto don't like Connecticut. Beautiful place, really all greenery, and more only place I had the only saw the traffic, huge traffic. The thing that I met here are the devotees of God. So they are so wonderful, generous, and loving. So who doesn't like such people? The when you grow little older in your younger life, it is the scenery, the place, whether it snows more or there's no snow. BC is better. That Vancouver is nicer than Toronto because it gets less snow. Like that happens when you are young. When you are older, getting older, then what you like most? It is not about the Niagara Falls and the Rockies or Atlantic City or anything like that. Then you like the company of nice people, your own good relative, good friend, nice devotees. Company of devotees become the most cherished wish. That's why you came today. You see, so many people have come on a Friday. There might be so many important and interesting episodes that you'll be missing today. But still, you came. It's not only for me. It's for the company of you all devotees that are there. It's so fantastic to have the company. That no, not only that. If only I and you were there, it would not be so enjoyable. There have to be the devotees around. That's what makes it sadhu sangha, holy company. Holy company is not the company of monk only. Holy company is the company of like-minded people. Like-minded means who are noble people. That's the holy company. Not the I am that noble. I'm very greedy person. I meet another greedy person, and like-minded people. It is holy company. Not that. Not that. It has to be some noble thoughts, noble good things. When we have such people's company, that is the holy company. So that's why we are here. So the best thing is having the company of people, nice people, the pure hearted people, unselfish people, who do not have self interest, coming here for some other thought, or showing our own thing. You see here our Rakhidi. Rakhidi has been arranging this Vedanta Society activities here for so many days. And today I requested Devashish Babu that may there be people, maybe I thought five, six people will be there. How many she will arrange in a house? So I come here and see like 20 people here. So all I said, there should be dinner. And everything is ready, I know. At least no dinner, then there will be that samosa at least. So, so like that is the heart of this Rakhidi. And every until we had the center here, she used to host and talk about God, about holy things. This is the largeness of the heart. What is there in life otherwise? Having the nice company. When we have control over our senses, all these faculties start coming. In fact, those are all there in every one of us. Where basically, and we are all very pure and spiritual persons, but our mind somehow is, which is not our part, is something our connection, and we get more identified with the mind than with the Atman, than with our true core nature. And whatever mind says that we are, we start seeking that. And in that way, the mind is not purified, it's contaminated. That contamination of the mind drags us to the sense objects that are unhealthy, that makes us ill, in mentally ill, physically ill, like that it happens. So control the tongue, says the Bhagavatam, the Uddhava Gita. And now we come through that oft quoted thing, see. तावत् जितेन्द्रियो न स्यात् विजितान्येन्द्रियः पुमान् न जयेद् रसनम यावत् jitam sarvam jite rase. Until you conquer your slavery of your taste, you cannot conquer yourself. You are not indra jita, indriya jita. You have not conquered your senses until you conquer your senses. Jitam rasam, Jitam sarvam jite rase. That's oft quoted. Jitam sarvam jite rase. When we can conquer the attraction for the taste of tongue, taste of food, then you can conquer all the senses. So that is the last to conquer. Very difficult to conquer is the attraction of the taste of the food. So I said, it is not that you don't enjoy the taste, but you are not slave to the taste that you want. I want that curry. Without that, it is not made. Oh, you didn't make. I don't want to eat anything. Not that way. It is there. It's fine. It's not there. That's also okay. What does it matter? Food is after all is for the, for nourishing the body and the mind. It is not for pleasing our tongue. So if we start finding joy in something else other than the food or other than other objects of the senses, then all this becomes secondary. If we don't have hold on other things, other spiritual matters, the beautiful devotional song, a wonderful form of the divine chosen ideal, and the meditation or thinking and watching, and if we don't realize those things, to do japam also, some you got diksha, and the guru said repeat this mantra, repeat this name of God, and you say Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Krishna, JSK, JSK, like that. You see, then that becomes like also drudgery. Somebody used to say, Gopal is beggar. There was one king Gopal. He said doing japam is so beneficial, so he made in the rule everyone should do japam. So there will be watch police. Then they say if people are doing japam on. He wanted good of all the people. And someone said, "Oh, we have to do that. Bring that mala. We have to finish that, otherwise the king will catch." So Gopal is beggar. Beggar means you do something without any remuneration. So it becomes like the work. You do the Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Finish that. So becomes like that drudgery, even that. Otherwise, getting God's name, how much you enjoy God's. If you have love for God's name and you get rasa in the name of God, then this rasendriya gets automatically controlled. And that's what the rasa is. Real attraction. Rasa means attraction. Raso, raso vaisaha. Real rasa, real attraction is not the food, not other objects of the senses, but real attraction is God. Saha, that. That is the real attraction. Raso vaisa. Rasagum hevayam labdva anandi bhavati, says Upanishad. That is the full of rasa, full of bliss, full of attraction, joy. And when that is obtained, rasam hi evayam labdva. When rasam is labdva, that is gained. You now have got the taste of that, not taste of the ice cream, not taste of anything, the something seeing nice vision, but the taste of God. Then you become anandi bhavati. Eating rasagulla, there is joy. Hmm? How long is the joy? Till that rasagulla is on your tongue for moments. And that just goes from the tongue into the stomach, gone. Ananda is finished. Now to have Ananda, you eat another Rasagulla. But Ananda is already reduced. Second Rasagulla will not give the joy like the first Rasagulla. Like that, you go on repeating, Ananda will be less. But in spiritual matter, it's all same joy, rather increasing joy. And this name of God is so tasteful that our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, नाम नाम कार्य बहुधा निज सर्व शक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणे न काल एतादृशी तब कृपा भगवन ममापि दुर्दैव इह दुर्दैवमेव ईदृशी इह तब जनिनानुराग. What is my bad luck that I have not yet developed the taste, anuraga, taste for your sweet name. Your name is just not the word, it's not the sound. It is you created your name and you put yourself fully into it. Nam Nama Kari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita. Your whole power, your whole sweetness, your whole divinity is put into that name. You have been so kind to us, giving us such wonderful name that Swami Vivekananda says about Sri Ramakrishna, that Snantam Shivam Shivakaram, the name that ends in Shna. There's nothing of the Sna, the very name that ends in the Sna, Ramakrishna. And that's so sweet that it has come. So I should have that beautiful name and love for that name. So when we have love for the name of God, when we grow mature spiritually, love for the name, taste in repeating the name of God comes. You might have seen some people. I'm so surprised. There are some very young people, like just they passed, they graduated and did a job, young men and women, just in their 20s. And they do japam. One girl came and she says, I did japam for 4 hours. 4 hours japam for a 20-year-old girl. And one girl said, I want to do Purascharan. Purascharan is the generally when people are old, and Sri Ramakrishna also says, why you have to do Purascharan like that? Gradually it increases and gradually it reduces a number of time counting. And interest in counting, that person must have found interest in taste in the name of God. Otherwise, how would one think of doing that? So that type of taste people have. Many people, by listening to Swami Sarvapriyananda's talk on spirituality, they are attracted. They come to Vedanta Society. I say, how are you connected with Ramakrishna? How did you know about Ramakrishna? Then I say, Swami, I heard Swami Sarvapriyananda giving a talk. And now he's also saying sometime, if you want to go deeper, so get connected with the Swami there. Talk with Chetanananda ji, or talk with Prapandananda ji, or Sarvadevananda ji, or whoever is there near you, and you talk to them how and ask them formal guidance in spiritual life. And people come impressed by the way he speaks, and how this slowly spiritualizing the society that is coming. And this with the following of Vedanta, how people become, you know, their attitude changes, their attitude towards themselves, attitude towards the world, attitude towards their relatives, all the changes. They become more self-controlled, more peaceful. They're not haughty and impulsive, like that thing gradually happening to the youth of the world, not only of this country, everywhere. So that is how we can spiritualize the people. Many devotees are there. When they find someone is really interested and he doesn't know how to grow spiritually, they say, read this gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, read that nice book of some other nice book of spirituality, Atma Bodha. If he's very serious type, read Atma Bodha. And some say, oh, you seem to be a devotee type, why don't you take initiation, formal initiation, and get the formal guidance from the monk? So like that, and they really are interested. Many say, oh, because of that person I came to the Vedanta Society. Some people say, because of this family I came to Vedanta Society. And they bless throughout their life, because they find something that have enriched their lives, have made their life stronger and fruitful. Their meaning, greater meaning of in life they find. People say, Swami, if there was no Vedanta Society here, what will sustain us? We are sustained through the teachings, and we feel the presence of the deity or chosen ideal when you come to the temple and try to feel the presence and do japam. That sustains us so wonderfully. So the thing is, jitam sarvam jite rase. A man who has overcome the other organs cannot be a master of his senses until he controls the organ of taste. When the organ of taste is controlled, everything is controlled. Jitam rasam sarvam jite rase. Jitam sarvam jite rase. That's often quoted during many lectures. They will say, Jitam sarvam jite rase. When you have control your slavery to your taste, you have controlled everything. It's easy. You have control your all the senses. Otherwise, all the senses might be controlled, but you may not control your tongue. That I learned from fish, says this Brahmana or Avaduta, because seeing that attraction of seas, fish gets destroyed, killed, just attracted by the taste of food. So we have to control over our taste of the food. Not that, please don't say that, oh, I don't want any tasty thing, make me anything, like not that. Ask them to make tasty food, praise the food also. But never, let us never be dissatisfied if we don't get particular tasty food. I want this sweet, I want this curry, I want this preparation, otherwise my life will not be there. Always saying to your spouse that, why didn't you make that? You don't know that I don't like this, I don't like full copy, I want that curry better, and without that, what to eat? I cannot eat today because you didn't make that. Let us not be that way. I say, let us say, whatever you have made is fine. Just praise for the tasty food. And this that we have the threshold of pain, like that there is threshold of taste also. You can, even it is not tasty, you can like it. This liking and disliking doesn't depend on the taste of the food. It depends on our mentality. And you can like even it is not tasty. Even there is taste in burnt something in northern India. They deliberately burn milk to make the tea, that they like that burnt flavor in the tea. We say smoked fish, no, smoked salmon. Some the otherwise we say it is smoked and burnt sensation, but they like that milk sometimes get burnt and it has different flavor. And in northern India they put that kind of milk, they make it deliberately, and so there is a acquired taste of burnt milk. Like that, when the food is not tasty, or sometimes salt is more, don't complain for anything. Don't say it's a different taste, it's salt is more perhaps, like. And you don't have to say anything. Let the person who has cooked, let her or him feel that today salt was more. That is very nice way to say salt is more, and you didn't even say, then it will be very nice. And see, your wife will be praising, my husband is so good, he does no complain anything. Even sometimes I forget, I by from mistake I put double salt, but he never complains. He ate the vegetable as you would have eaten the normal thing. Like that is the sweet relationship. That the sweetness is the food, the taste in the food is very small compared to the sweetness and taste in our relationship. That has to be maintained by all means. And then we become spiritual, life becomes sweet, becomes all filled with joy, ourselves and all other family members all filled with joy, no complaint. That's why didn't the Holy Mother say, if you want peace of mind, there is a way, as Buddha said. hmm, to get rid of suffering, there is a way. Holy Mother didn't say 8 ways, she said only one way. Do this. What? Yes, don't find fault with others. Don't be judgmental to others. Let the people others be as they are. Don't say that they should have been like this, they should do this. Let them be their way, and accept everyone as they are. Life, our congregation, our community becomes so wonderful with different kinds of people. If everyone is same, similar, it won't be that nice. But not to complain of any other person having different. Some will be more talkative, some will less talk, some will say many things about themselves, some will not say about anything about themselves. So all are different kind of people of God has made, and that's how the world has become more nicer, because we are so different kinds, and yet we're all made by God in his own image. We're all divine in different forms. We have been made different flowers in the garden that we are. And enjoy each flower, enjoy the zinnia, enjoy the mums, enjoy the roses and daffodils, and then the garden looks so beautiful. Like that we can enjoy everyone, every human being, and our community, our association becomes so wonderful, lovely. And whenever you meet any person, you become so happy. Sri Ramakrishna sees Babu Ram, young disciple of him, and he says, I felt so happy by seeing Babu Ram. And how much is happy? He compares while describing the Brahma Jnana. When that is the highest stage of bliss. And he says, Brahma Jnana, the joy of Brahma Jnana, joy of God realization. How, it is like when I was coming from Kolkata and I saw Babu Ram on the street and he saw me. I felt so happy. It is like that. So how much happy to see the person, just disciple. You see, just one who loved. That is Sri Ramakrishna's love. We don't know how much he loves. He loved Babu Ram and he loved Naren. It's not only that. It's just the example that we see. Sri Ramakrishna, if not if Sri Ramakrishna is still living, and the person of that spiritual magnanimity, that's so enormous spiritual power, by just vanishing of the death of the body, that spiritual power doesn't vanish. It can't vanish. It is there to live. And that love also doesn't vanish. He loved Babu Ram, he loved Noren, he loved Rakhal and Latu. Similarly, he loves us. That we need to feel. Only the problem is we don't try to feel how much Sri Ramakrishna loves us, how much our Ishta loves us, whether Mother Kali or any divine form. God is loving through our chosen deity so much. Let us try to feel that love. One person was saying, I'm coming from a town called Del Mar, a small town in Maryland. And they said that the young professor, physics in the Maryland University, was saying, I feel everything Holy Mother taking care of so much. Her grace flows in everything that is there. I can feel this. Professor of physics, a person of science who don't want to believe in God, and that is so much into the grace of God in his life, and that he feels everything I feel is all the grace of the Divine Mother, Holy Mother. So, like that, we also can feel that everything that we got this human birth, as says Shankara, is all by the grace of God. Durlabham trayame vaitat daiva anugraha hetukam. So, by the grace of God alone, we got this human birth, one of the three great blessings of God. So, we have become human being, got this birth because of the grace of God. The grace of God, that love of God is there throughout with us. We forget and we suffer. Let us remember grace of God. Let us remember that Holy Mother is always there looking after us. Let us remember that Thakur's love has not finished by his love for giving his love for Rakhal and Latu and Noren and Baburam and all his 16 disciples. His love remains intact, and his love for Rakhal, Noren, Baburam, Latu is what is the same that his love is for us. Let us try to feel that love, and when our heart is open, we feel that God loves us. God loves us. Thank you very much. Now we close with the closing chants. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishnarpanamastu. Jananim Saradam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padpadme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Thank you very much for connecting to me from Toronto or other places in Canada. And here we have very noble devotees. As I told you, it's a wonderful time. Now I will have. I miss you all, but I will have a company of the devotees of Connecticut, and we'll have dinner together with them. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you, and good night to you. Bye.